Well, here we are. Back at it again.
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Always willing to help a fellow Slytherin.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys.
The Bath Pinch
Why would I know of your
Smedleys.
family?
That's
a
like
name.
asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual curiosity. We are known for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool, essentially a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule.
Now,
My
can
best
we
guess
swim?
is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back.
How far is a furlong?
I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
Can I just...
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see. This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is.
Making some weird bubbling sounds. What the heck kind of diving is that? Dude, that's some jank swimming. And why do I have my book in my hand? Dude, there's gotta be something in one of these spots that's like gonna grab me. I'm ready for it. Dude, we're getting all kinds of items.
I should let Grace know that I
Now,
found
will
her
we
family
get eaten
astrolabe.
by a shark? Or a squid? Squid tentacle incoming. Just don't look out there, it'll be fine.
They must
Oh,
have come
right.
this way. Think!
Oh, I think
I've no
I just
idea
switched
who
to a
it is you
different
think
quest.
I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
God, I'm threatening him.
I see
Alright, how do I play this now?
Ready to scurry back to... Now, this is...
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Also, don't remember any of the buttons. Okay, that's throwing a cabbage.
Aha! Back for more. That's just the beginning.
Too late.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
As embarrassing as it is.
Stop right here! No!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
I know, right? It's right down the road.
Are you all
You're getting
right?
frisky.
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills.
Yeah, I don't know how
Can you
excellent.
tell me why two
but,
Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to
I
get
appreciate
to
it.
you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
What are you researching? And
You
who is
mentioned
Priya?
someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued
Ooh,
my
she's
interest
married.
in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin,
Lovely.
of the legend of King Arthur.
The very same. Merlin
Oh, those
attended
protein
Hogwarts,
bars.
you know, and I'm
Looking
studying
tasty.
some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures.
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of
Not
Merlin.
tasting that tasty, though.
I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was
Merlin?
terribly fond of puzzles
were a
and
Slytherin?
enigmas.
My dude.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet.
Of course.
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre.
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours?
Sure, I guess.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk.
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each
Yep.
trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am
Light the
curious about these piles.
Things here, I imagine.
Incendio!
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink. Merlin himself would be proud.
Yes, such difficult puzzle, let me tell you. Oh, look, it's Merlin made out of leaves.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
And he's gone.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess
luck
is
to you,
that
Nora.
each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Good luck to you, Nora. Oh, you really are returning, huh? What's this box doing here still? And also, is there anything to do with this?
Scrope knows about the old book you found for Professor Fig. Scrope can help you. And you can help Scrope. Get to the courtyard past the pendulum. If you don't know it, you'll see it easy enough. And don't tell anyone what you're up to. Especially Professor Blank.
Blank. Did you say blank or black? Well, let's get this chick her... Was it periscope?
I trust you didn't find the dive too terribly difficult.
It was uneventful.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
So, as a Slytherin, you would think I would charge a price, correct? Or keep it, for that matter. But, in the name of fellow Slytherinness,
I did. I hope it makes your father happy.
It will. I can't wait to see his face.
gotta make friends somehow.
Thank you so much for doing this for
Can't
me.
be a ruthless
and for my
bastard all the
family.
time.
You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there. Thank you again. And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
A mermaid mask. Very nice. Might switch to that. The skull one's kind of ugly. Alright, we ballin'. Now, I probably should have Googled how to get a broom. Or the hippogriff, for that matter. Well, thankfully I came over here for nothing. It's alright, though. Wow, this is already super cheesy. What is this how the lesson's gonna go? A cutscene without me in it? And with no speaking. What on earth was... What was that?
I hope you were able to take care of everything I had asked you to do.
Professor,
course.
I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, We got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigella's Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
What?
Time itself? I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may
So she
or may not
aged
have
prematurely.
heard that I was an unspeakable at the Ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
So that's like a spy instead of an auror, is what it sounds like. No, I don't need to practice. Go hang out with Scrope.
I wonder if you might be able to help me with a small, project.
Sure, Duncan.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
I suppose it must seem that way. I'm not sure it's justified. It's often been a matter of circumstance.
I'm going to presume your
Should not have
reputation
chosen
is in
that.
fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
Oh no, not a puffskein.
Oh, they seem innocent, but their tongues can be most disturbing.
Exactly. I wish more of our fellow students agreed with you. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Words can be cruel.
Thank you. Poppy keeps offering to help me in overcoming my fear, but anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumor has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in.
Wow.
Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
You know, you could just go in yourself.
What sort of plant should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
I haven't a clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
This is like the mini quest in Witcher 3 where they're like, I have to prove my love to this woman I need to marry, but I need to slay a monster. Can you go slay the monster?
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
Cringe, bro. You know we gotta get the globe, though.
Hidden herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing.
Acceptable. Acceptable.
Ooh, a howler.
No child of mine should receive less than outstanding. What are you even doing in that class? Or is it that sniveling teacher?
Bro,
of yours?
cringe.
You can be sure I will be having words with that so-called school. You will receive an outstanding one way or another.
That so-called school. Yikes, dude. What's up here?
I really have made a mess of things.
Incendio!
Oh, poor thing, I like squealed. Field gate. Oh, okay, that's one way to get a page, I suppose. Cressida
Is
Bloom.
everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me.
Dude.
There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Is this just like Fetch Quest, the game?
Why did our meet tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands.
I'm going to have to use the patio to get to the... Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Make a little detour. A little hop for joy.
This must be Cressida's diary.
Today was a good day. That is until Gareth
if I were her.
splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He's such a menace. Thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I'm utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Our both smokies again tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. Wow, riveting content you got there. At least you prefer meat pie. That's something we all needed to know. There we are. The old librarian. One of the first librarians of Hogwarts is depicted here. Rumor is that he had no tolerance whatsoever for nosy students. Noisy. Was known for his liberal use of the silencing charm at the slightest sneeze. Man, what a delightful fellow.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Lumos.
That looks like a place in the library.
Lumos.
I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. Eventful, I suppose.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Perhaps a reward? What would they even give you?
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Of course.
I did not.
Oh, he's had it. Oh, God. Oh, it's so violent. You good, bro? What is this?
Revelio.
Guess we're about to find out. Flattened armor belonged to Sir Skagglethorpe the Heedless, who unwisely challenged a mountain troll to a game of musical chairs. R.I.P., my dude. R.I.P. Ah, yes, I wanted to explore this area before and it wouldn't let me. Yeah. Geometric house cloak. Oh my god! Why is it squeaking? It's over here.
Revelio.
The Glumbumbles, magical flying insects that produce a treacle which will cause melancholy if consumed. They feed on nettles and nest in dark and secluded places. Unfortunately, they're known to infest beehives, having a devastating effect on the honey therein. Rest in peace, honeybees. Scrope knows about that book you found. Is it missing something? He does not believe it is safe to speak out in the open. Scrope has left another note across the bridge among the circle of rocks. Take care to tell no one about
Who's
this.
Scrope?
Gotta love that music. Okay. Almost there. Head for the pumpkins just down from the stone circle. Look inside one of them. You may be able to help poor broken-hearted Scrope.
Oh, I think I know just the place.
Oh no, not poor broken-hearted Scrope. There we go. The young Slytherin must be exceptionally curious by now. Meet at the water's edge by the broken
Down
docks.
to the water's edge. This had better not be a trick.
How did he get it inside the pumpkin? Any scrops in the chat?
Thank you for coming all this way. The name's Scrope. Scrope serves the headmaster. Been in the Black family for years. Apologies for the abundance of notes. Scrope wanted to be sure you weren't followed.
What's this all about? Your notes mentioned the book I found in the restricted section.
Scrope can tell you more in exchange for your help, but no one, especially the headmaster, can know.
Undermining the headmaster and getting something in return. Continue.
Oh, Scrope does not intend to undermine the headmaster. In fact, Scrope wants to surprise him. Scrope's late mistress, Apollonia Black, may she rest in peace, was a student at Hogwarts over 50 years ago. Before she died, she spoke with passion of pages ripped from a book. Scrope suspects she took them to her private grotto.
Bumping my mic.
She was delirious at the end, poor thing. Mistook
Delirious.
belladonna for elderberries. Scrope
Your
tried
mother was
to
an
warn her.
elderberry.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how do you benefit if I find the pages?
Scrope believes that a treasured Black family ring is also in the grotto. Scrope wishes to give it to the headmaster. Apollonia forbade Scrope from entering the grotto long ago. Scrope continues to honour her wishes. Scrope would not dare ask a student for help, but when Scrope learned you were looking for those pages, Scrope thought you might also find the ring.
It's awfully convenient.
Tell me more about this treasured ring.
It's adorned with the Black family crest. The headmaster would be...
That's pretty underwhelming.
How did you know that I'd found...
Scrope and the other house elves are good at staying out of sight. Scrope hears and sees many things in the castle. Scrope knows how to keep secrets.
How did you injure your ear?
The Blacks have a tradition of decapitating their house elves when their service is no longer required. One day, dear Apollonia was understandably frustrated with Scrope and got a bit too eager with a cleaver. Scrope was able to convince
Jesus.
the sweet girl of his value and now views this small injury as a reminder of her good heart.
Yes, so good of her to
It
only
seems
cut
this
off
may help us
half
both.
your head.
I shall do it.
Scrope is relieved. Scrope hoped the young Slytherin would be willing to help. Take this toast to the grotto just down the coast.
Some toast.
And place it on the pedestal there. Good luck. Scrope will wait right here for you. Best of luck finding your pages. And the ring.
What on earth? Don't mind me. Okay, can I swim a little faster, please? Yikes. Well, am I not supposed to do that right now? It says level 5. Yet there's like level 14 enemies there. I don't know about that. Maybe there's a separate way in somehow? Yeah, see? Like...
Good job!
Stop it. Get some help.
Why would I need a piece of toast? I suppose that's where it goes.
A tasty morsel. For the Kraken. Lumos. That's like a town, that's an arch, that's a bridge, that's some woods. 2 candles at the end of a bridge. Okie dokie.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Could it be? A visitor? Oh! Ah! Ooh! Ah! The name's Richard Jackdaw. I was a student, just like you, about a century ago. How in the world did you find this place?
A house elf named Scrope sent me. Said I might find a black family ring here.
Ah. Sorry to say, I sold the ring a long time ago. Poor Scrope. Still holds a candle for Apollonia, I reckon. Can't say I blame him. I stole all these treasures just to impress her. Alas, 'twas to no avail. I thought a secret map I pilfered from Peeves would pique her interest. But she simply rolled her eyes. What would I want with yellowed old pages torn from a book? Not my finest moment.
I'd like to have those pages if you don't mind.
They're not here. I thought if Apollonia wasn't interested in the map on the pages, perhaps it would lead to something that would intrigue her. So, I followed the map to what I can only describe as an enchanted cave of some kind. And you see what happened next? Here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to find the pages?
Why did I need the toast to get in here?
Oh, that was Apollonia's idea. Seems some squids love toast. They should have taught you that at Hogwarts.
How is it possible to still...
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's sure to cause the most chaos. He dropped them after a particularly aggressive romp through the library.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
Little suspect.
I think I can guess how you died.
I was having a look around when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze. After that, I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember.
Wow.
Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Incredibly.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat.
So informative, in fact, that I've already forgotten your story or your name, because I don't care.
Emotional, damn it!
Hello, Scrope. Thanks to you, I was able to enter Apollina's grotto. I met a ghost there, Richard Jackdaw, who's agreed to lead me to the pages I've been looking for.
That boy was never good enough for Apollonia. Oh, what of the Black family ring?
I'm sorry to say that Jackdaw sold it long ago.
Sad news indeed. Scrope shall need to think of another way to impress the headmaster. Well, Scrope takes some consolation in knowing that the young Slytherin found what they needed.
I did. Thank you again, Scrope. You're a credit to House Elves.